UK who are involved with office document products. Steve describes himself as a green mole, so interesting.
Good afternoon, everybody. Still awake at the back? Nobody's just wandered in for a quiet sit down between the show. Good, right. Very interested in the speaker before us, who was talking about different types of buyers, different types of customers. I'd put myself in the lettuce growing, chicken keeping category. I'm from one of the biggest multinational brands. A lot of people are aware of Toshiba. We're a big consumer product brand. We're also a big heavy industrial brand. We actually make power stations, hydrogeneration stations, photovoltaic, lithium-ion batteries, and a whole bunch of other bits and pieces. So we're one of the major industrial players as well. I want to talk to you about an offset program that we've been running. My part of Toshiba is actually involved with what's called MFP products, so printers, copier, scanners. So Dave, obviously I'll be talking to you about selling you printers later on. The environment, as far as we're concerned, is one of Toshiba's 5 key philosophies. We have particular commitments in terms of shareholder return, research and development, etc. There are 5 key platforms. One of them is about the environment. A huge amount of our research and development is going into improving our products. So I'm going to talk about an offset project. Offsetting for us is really the last in a line of priorities. We're first of all concentrating on designing products that reduce their environmental impact. For instance, some of our copiers now in an energy sleep mode use less than 1 watt, and they'll wake up as and when they're required for printing or for photocopying. So what we're talking about here with our offset is the cleanup after we've done all the other operations that we should do in terms of recycling, reuse, and energy reduction. We're also talking about trying to, if you like, improve on general compliance. So our products have to comply with the likes of the Energy Star commitment, ROHS commitments, and our recycling program has to comply with the WE regulations, where we're taking all of our machine backs and we're recycling 99.8% of the materials in a photocopier. It goes through a great big shredder, which is interesting to see and quite loud. Okay, let me explain the methodology of our project, our offset project. It's very, very straightforward. It's a simple marketing proposition. If you buy a Toshiba MFD, copier, printer product, we offset the total production of the machine, all the bits that go into making it, the shipping it to Europe, the putting it into your office, and then the power, the energy, the tone of the servicing, the diesel for the service engineer, and one of the biggest contributors, the paper, for the machine and its first 1 million prints. That's it. Very straightforward. That's our sales proposition, and this is a marketing opportunity for us. The key thing with this was to choose a key partner. We've already heard about the importance of, if you're going to do an offsetting project, that it's credible, it uses key standards. And standards was one of the things that we were looking for when we chose a partner. We're actually working with a company called CO2 Balance. All of the offset credits that we're buying in to cover our product are CDM or gold standard accredited. So that gives us a good degree of confidence that the money that we're spending actually goes on decent projects. And it's fairly straightforward. CO2 Balance manage all of their projects on the ground. The portfolio that we work with them is based in Africa. It's based on an energy efficient stove project. And having seen it firsthand and the good that it does, we're very confident that that's a good way to go forward. I was asked specifically to talk to you guys about how we did it and why we did it internally. To be brutally honest, it was a commercial marketing decision. The fact that if you classed as an uber greenie gave me a slight head start in with the board, but basically we can see this as a value add to our product. We're offering a product which is fairly much a commodity. One photocopier is very similar to another, one printer is very similar to another. The pricing is more or less there or thereabouts. We want to move away from having to sell just on price because margins are tight on all kinds of hardware product, and we want to sell this as a value add. We've had massive success, particularly in the corporate market. Corporates have got, in most cases, a CSR or an environmental commitment. They've got someone who's in charge of making sure that that happens, and they've set themselves targets in terms of activities, etc., that support those commitments. Essentially, what we're offering is something that addresses that concern at virtually no charge to the customer. We don't load the charge on the copier for this. It's a relatively low cost to offset the tonnage on our machines compared to the average value, sales value of the product. So for us, it's really a no-brainer, and actually the cost of doing carbon offset is less than almost any other marketing reduction or cashback promotion that we might do. I say it's been hugely successful for us in large corporates. We won 2 very large deals in the pilot phase of this process in the last 6 months, which more than covered the cost of the offset in the first period. We've also managed to gain for ourselves a huge amount of non-funded press coverage. It's very difficult to get press coverage about a new photocopier. It's not the most exciting thing to be talking about. But for us, it's been incredibly useful in terms of getting our name shown in areas where we wouldn't normally be. We've made some changes to our program in the last 6 months, and from April onwards, rather than part of our scheme, which goes through our dealer channel, being an opt-in process, we're actually offsetting every single machine that we put out into the channel. The reason for that is really to safeguard the credibility of the scheme. We've heard a number of speakers talk about if you're going to do these things, you have to do them right and cover every angle. And we felt that was really important, that if one of our dealers was out there representing us to a customer, talking about the carbon offset scheme, that we could be absolutely assured that that end user would actually get their machine offset, which may have been part of the sales process. So that's where we are now, really. So the reason that we've done it is to enforce our own environmental and CSR claims. It helps our customers in terms of having something in their fleet, if you like, a carbon zero print fleet, so that they can sell that on in terms of selling their own credentials. We make no bones about it. We're an environmental organisation as well as being a major corporate, and we think this supports our environmental objectives and is a good reason for people to come and do business with us. Okay, thanks very much.